Cool.
Crazy Bees, 90.
Oh,
Morning.
right. Good morning, Crazy Bees. That's Sam. That's Sammy D from Australia.
Oh, what's up, Sammy D? Good to see
Good
you.
morning. Good morning, Sam. Happy Samantha. Happy
Jen.
421. Oh my God, Ivan, what is this image? Why?
Oh, dude, you're allowed to use that one time.
Yeah.
You are looking at that time.
Works for me. All right, kid, what are we doing, man?
All right. Well, here we go. Sorry, I've been looking at Restream and it is finally working. All right, guys. So let's do it. So we're gonna do part 2 of our album track by track breakdown. Yesterday, my internet went out because I don't know. Spectrum is not business internet, nor is it even working internet. Honestly,
No.
I really hope if there's a Spectrum Arena that we play it one day and we tell you guys to trash it. I think that'd be really fun. I think that'd be really funny. So yeah, and also we also talked we probably could have done the whole album in 2 hours before the internet went out, but we didn't. So here we are at day 2. It's 420, which is not going to impact the speed of our speech or anything.
Nope.
And we're gonna begin. I think we're starting with Useless Things, which is where we left off last time.
Hold on. So I have a question
about potentially just restarting side B.
Let's leave it up to the chat because we went in depth with the other ones.
We talked for a long time about Pedestal, and
that's true.
Yeah, we did give all of them like a full ass moment.
Yeah, we definitely did not.
I'd like to give a shout out to our sponsors, Spectrum Internet. Are you looking for that cool, crisp feeling of paying for expensive internet, but hate that annoying, reliable, expensive internet? Try Spectrum. Fuck you.
Do you know the South Park bit where it's the cable company and they like rub their nipples? Well, do you know?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to try the gold package. Yeah, and by the end of it, their nipples are bleeding because they rubbed them so hard.
Oh my God! All right,
yeah.
Okay.
The CEO of the company at the end, and he rips the flaps down on his suit.
Yes.
All right, y'all. So let's hit it up. Let's start with Useless Things. This is track, I don't know, maybe 9 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Track 8. Oh, it is 9.
It is 9. Yeah, that's right. Because More Than I Deserve is track 8, which is the same as Sweet Child of Mine.
All right. The whole squad get their hands up that this is going to work.
You mean like roller coaster ride?
Yes.
I've been filling empty boxes with dusty things once on display. I've been cutting all my losses. I made a promise to myself I'd give these useless things away. 10 minutes in, I came across it. The faded tag still read your name. And for years I thought I'd lost it.
I love that song.
All right.
What's up? So Brian Kelly in the chat is just hanging out, maintaining a promise that he's not to himself that he's not going to quit and become better. Hell yeah, Brian. That's what we want to hear about.
What's up, baby?
And Matty Bo is just hanging out. Fuck yeah, dude. Welcome to the stream. All right, let's talk about some useless things. This is an Ivan story song, right? So Ivan, I know you and Zach wrote this together. But Ivan talk about that shit.
Well, gee, fellas, relationships are tough, and I've had a lot of them. Lots of long-term relationships, a lot of committed relationships, and yeah, we're all we're all the protagonists, we're all the hero of our own story. Despite our self-deprecation, it's just like that's the lens we view things in, and we're always in our head, we're always the good guy, we're always aware and very self-aware that we're trying our best because we know our own intentions. And to actively decide to hurt somebody and be the villain in somebody else's story that you love and that you don't want to hurt, and actively knowing that you like, I have to hurt this person now, but if I don't do this thing, if I don't cut this off, break this tie, whether it's a romantic relationship or a family relationship or whatever, your friendship, if you don't, get rid of it, it'll be at the expense of your own self. And it takes a toll until you are a finite resource, and there's only so much of you can give until there's nothing left. And that's kind of what this is about. And just like making that promise to yourself, like, hey, you got to put you first, because if you're not put first, then you won't be at your best. And if all you're really concerned about is doing things for others, that requires you to be able to do things for others and able to be at your best. And for a long time, I just wasn't my best because I was just like hemorrhaging energy and just trying to like be the best boyfriend or friend or person in a relationship that was super toxic and or just not right. And
also spending so much energy trying to make something happen that, like, whether you admit it or not, you just realize after a while shouldn't be happening, and for the sake of both people. Fuck, Katie's in the chat, dude.
Oh shit, what's up, Katie?
Oh, it's so good to see you, dude.
Welcome.
Oh, we gotta have you over again.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Katie.
I'm only one vaccination shot away from being the last vaccination shot of our community. So
very sick.
Yeah,
pretty good.
Awesome.
9 out of 10 finished.
So Zach, when I first heard this song, it was a straight up acoustic song.
Yep.
But you had like the Julian Baker guitar part idea. I don't know. Talk about this song.
Yeah. So the production of it was interesting. This was the first one I think that like all four of us got together with Geo for, and he like really honestly made it into what it is. Ivan and I had this weekend, it was like I want to say it was like right before it was honestly the drive down to when I drove from Ashburn down to your place. That was the first time I listened to Julian Baker. So that was like very on the forefront of my mind of like just writing a song in that way. Obviously not in a production sense necessarily, but just like, I don't know, the way of how vulnerable it is from like, but also just literal a lot of the time too. That was just really getting to me. And I think because of that was like, we then wrote the whole song just on acoustic guitar. I think we co-wrote, it was like a 50-50 thing, but you wrote most of the chords, and you came up with that like kind of lick thing on the guitar. And then all the little demo that we made, it was Ivan playing the entire song, and all I added was the guitar solo, which I still love. That is just a B section bridge with like
a flat 7 guitar solo.
Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know. At some point whenever we like then got into the production, I was like, if it's gonna work for this, it should be like turnovery or or Julian Baker or something, but I just never had the idea of having drums. And then when we brought it to Geo, he added all of like the production elements and like the little noises and like vinyl sample and everything else. And I remember he just went to add drums, which I don't think any of us ever considered. And it wasn't like, I think it just maybe went like a really fucked up, distant, like halftime type thing in the second verse. And maybe it was big on the guitar solo. I don't really remember, but we kind of had this version. We were like, yeah, I think we'll kind of just like see what happens with the drums. And then a week before we went to, we all kind of thought it was like, yeah, it's cool. Like everything else in the song grows the correct way, but like, except for the drums, like they just didn't like add more energy throughout. And I think just as soon as we got with Brendan, it made it just like, oh, it still has like this flow and isn't like, I feel like if it was completely barren and it was like 2.5 minutes long, it'd be fine. But this is like a 4.5 minute song. So we're like, how are we going to make this interesting for this whole time? And when Brendan wrote that drum part, I was like, just like fuck around. And he just like made, I don't know, he just played for like 5 minutes. And then one section, I was like, wait, whatever you just did, and remembered it. And then he was like, oh, this. And then we worked out that pattern together with just me standing and like air drumming, trying to like explain my, like ideas that he's like, okay, cool. And then we like kind
Classic.
of the whole part. And then as soon as we got in the studio, oh, Ivan, tell them about the snare sound. My favorite snare sound on the record.
Yeah. So the song has a lot of my favorite influences. Like I wrote the song being very like, this is a Noah Gunderson song. Like that's like the style. It's like intimate, like super close like this, all that stuff, very ASMR fucking song. And when I sent it off, was to Zach and Kid, to you guys, you were like, yeah, this has got to be a good term song, not like whatever. I was like, I can't work on this anymore at this point because I can't unhear the way that I'm hearing it in my head. And so it was like, for you guys, like Zach, for you to like think of the Julian Baker stuff and all that was really great. And the guitar solo for me is definitely a very like Pearl of the Stars, Coheed and Cambria turnaround. But the snare sound, we were in the studio and I had just watched the making of documentary, I think, right?
Yep.
Yeah, for Erase Me by Underoath, which has maybe something to do with Pedestal, but for me, it's the album that got me into Underoath.
Oh no, there's plenty of good on that album for sure.
And Aaron Gillespie for Bloodlust, a controversial song amongst fans, but I think it's a fucking great one. He put a snare drum over his fucking t-shirt. He put a t-shirt over his snare drum and it has this like dead papery sound. I was just like, hey, just shits and giggles, try it with this on. And it was like immediately the vibe.
Classic Underoath.
Do you remember do you remember before it? So he did that for the snare, but it's a whole other kit that he bought from like a little local music store for $20 of like a beginner's kit. And he just made it sound intentionally bad. And that's what made it that like really tight, small sound that they just have.
Fucking rules. And then like Gio just plays with the huge room mics all over that song, and it makes it amazing.
I remember when he first sent us the mix, that like shocked me in the best way. Like when we're talking about right after the guitar solo, it goes into
it just comes in with the overheads,
and it's none of the close mics, just the overhead. So that's why it sounds like
it's not even the overheads. It's literally the indirect.
Oh, it's just the rooms. It's just you're right. It's just the rooms.
The coals that we had on the outside. Like
he was like
crazy.
I remember when he sent it, he was like, honestly, should I do this more often? And I said no, but I wish I said yes. I feel like that could have been such like a constantly grab your attention type thing.
That this song is definitely has like a lot of things that I don't know exactly how, because I don't really want to make a bunch of useless things. Wow, that's really funny. But it has all of these crazy elements that we don't do elsewise that I'd love to explore. Bringing the song to Gio and watching him, put in like footstep sounds and the hammer of an electric piano or something like that. So yeah, this song was our most experimental, and I was really happy to do it. It was also the one where I couldn't rely on just belting to get my point across.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a lot of just like, oh man, like I hope this is good enough. Like I hope my voice, I hope I can do this justice, like make it feel intimate and get the Noah Gunderson qualities that you were that Ivan was talking about. while still like maintaining the bridge between that and pedestal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always really liked your vocal performance on this.
Yeah, I mean, that was us in the studio in the in the downstairs basement. I think on a summer day, pretty sure.
Yeah, it might have been May or
Yeah,
June.
that must have been one of the last ones we did.
Mhm.
And yeah, and then we threw the Ivan harmonies on, which was the first time we'd use Ivan harmonies. And and then it sat, and then the drum part happened like way later on, and that completely changed everything. So
Then
this is
Gio
really cool.
responded to the drum part live in studio. That
Oh
was
yeah, and then Gio rewrote his bass part, and
That's right. He tracked all of the bass. Oh, that's
he
right.
retracked it again.
I
He wasn't your
remember.
part.
I was trying to remember was something that the only other thing other than chess and the drum samples that we did on the third day, and it was Gio just like being like, "Oh, that's what the drum part is. Great," and actually like wrote all of his parts.
I have some video that we need to figure out what to do with. That's just him just ripping solos all over Useless Things.
yeah.
It's freaking awesome.
so fucking good at bass.
Yeah, that's what he's like. Boom, yeah, goes like
Yeah.
kind of wild.
So yeah, man, Useless Things. It's our ballad. It's the only one. It's the only one anywhere near what it does, but that's okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
have
don't
a
know.
few ideas for
Nice.
Useless Things part 2.
Cool.
Nice.
Also, Neil Christensen says, when's the tab for pedestal coming out? I just gave it to Zach to proofread. So
Oh yeah. I don't know. Maybe
Well-
sometime next week. I think I'll make a little video of playing the riff or something to go along.
yeah, it's coming, Neil. It's coming along. It's in the process.
Neil, what's the easiest way for us to get it to you? Like that we can like share it with everybody.
Yes, please let us know, Neil.
Not just the link, right? We could probably do something better than that. Some sort of post. I don't know. Let us know.
I think I know because I've shared this with Lee before.
Oh,
I've
really?
actually done it before. Yeah, so I can that was part of the contest. All right, time's up on Useless Things.
Yep, let's do it.
Song's
Let's do
over.
it.
This next song is called "Wasted My Fucking Age."
Give me a countdown, Ivan, so I can start on my end.
I want to see a circle pit in the chat.
You can just do little numbers on your fingers.
I'm gonna do one better, I think, if it works.
As I drove on through that empty way,
Yeah.
Maddie says, "Oof, that solo is beautiful."
Yeah, Zach really crushed that.
Thank you.
That solo's kick ass, dude. Yeah, Zach, talk about this song.
Man, that is one of my favorite songs on the album. I think it is objectively maybe the worst. Like, I think all of the other songs, like I wouldn't release it as a single. Like, I don't think it's like, obviously we didn't lead with that as a single or something of our of our many singles, but it's one of, if not the most special song to me. Like, Wither Away, writing that by myself was like was I don't know, very helpful at the time, but it just came out so quick that it didn't feel like I don't know, like I got the thing out of it that I needed to. This one was written by me and my roommate Niall, who is a very, very talented vocalist and keys player. And
Oh gosh, yeah.
any opportunity there's have to add keys on a Good Terms record, Niall will be playing it. He has one of the most insane musical voices with his hands on the keys. It's fucking insane. He's so good. That's why a lot of the chords have such depth, because Niall created voicings on the piano for them. They're kind of like jazz R&B chords a little bit, maybe even more like neo soul chords, like a lot of 9 type stuff. And I just copied the voicings onto the guitar. And this doesn't have, I think the only synth thing in this is that little drone. That goes the entire song, kind of just gives that little, but otherwise it's all guitar. But yeah, I don't know, when we created this, I was still working at my job, and I think this was really when I started to realize I think this was the first of all the songs that kind of discuss that stuff, that element of the record. But I think it sounds like the finale, because I feel like you get to know what I was going with deeper early on in on Wither Away and on Hamster Wheel as well, like those types of songs. But I think even though this was first, this was sort of like my statement of like, I'm going to change this shit, and I'm not going to hate my birthday anymore, because like the time doesn't pass and I go, another year, well shit, I'm getting older. Like, what, it's it's like every, you watch like the numbers of it's like oh, I want to say I wrote this when I was 24, and 28 felt like an eternity away, and I'm 28 right now, and it's like, I knew how long of a path it was going to take to get to this day that we're at right now, where we finally release this and we have this, I have a band with my best friends that I just like get to do all the time and have it just be a real thing in the world. And I knew that I wanted this at that time, but I also knew how long it was going to take. And it was just like, fuck, if I want this shit, there is no more tomorrow. Like, I need to make a decision right the fuck now. Am I going to keep being sad about all the decisions I've made and just like drown in my own regret all the time? Or am I actually, for better or worse, just fucking take a leap and get there?
Neil says he just turned 34. He hears you.
Yeah, I mean, it's the number isn't relevant as much as like you see people in their 40s that finally achieve the thing that they wanted to do, but it's like we've probably seen we probably haven't seen their journey that whole time. Like, and it isn't necessarily about success or fame or any of that. Like, I don't think that's ever even been even close to a consideration for any of us. It's more just like, man, I just want to wake up and be stoked about my day. And like, I wish it was something that wasn't, this very difficult and close to impossible task. But it's like, well, if I want it to happen, like, even if I fail, I can then say to myself later, like, you know what, you gave it your absolute best shot. And then you can live with that regardless of the result. And a lot of time I've heard, I think like Jim Carrey said this, like, anytime you do that, you're probably not going to end up exactly where you envisioned or exactly where you specifically thought I want to be, but you'll end up in a place that you're happy with, because you know that like at every, pivotal moment, every decision, or, oh fuck, here we go, boys, every turning point, you know that you made the right decision. And
some kind of turning point happened.
Katie says that she saw a story of a 96-year-old woman who's a beautiful ballroom dancer, so that shit was so inspiring.
Yeah, Katie, I saw you say something earlier in the chat when the song was going on. That really
She gave us a cat emoji, a guy with red eyes emoji, and a devil horns emoji.
oh, lovely.
Everything I could have ever asked for.
Yeah, thank you for real. It's cool that we just like know you and you're a homie and whatever, but like, you know, I don't take that stuff for granted when someone who's just our friend like is meaningful about that. Like, it
Especially
feels
someone who's in that scene and like
Yeah.
has a pulse.
yeah. I also
Like,
really
passion
like.
for
I know that your music taste is like literally immaculate. Like, we like all of the same bands, so that the
She
fact
said she put it up when the screaming started. Yeah, that screaming part is
that-
killer.
yeah, that was actually, if I can tell a quick other story about this one. Sorry, I've very dominated. the chat
You
on
got
this.
like 45 seconds. Kill it,
Okay.
dude.
How dare you?
This was the first song not tracked on by Brian, and it actually one of
I
the
was gonna tell this fucking story, but you
that made
got
the
it.
record. No, you can go tell it, please do.
So the first time I heard this song, I was in my parents' basement. It was the month before I moved to LA. It was after Zach had that blackout conversation with me where he said he was starting a band. And he sent me this song, and it had our boy Dan Rudd on it. Dan Rudd from the dope band Boy Hero.
If you don't know them, go follow them. They're about to put out a really fucking good EP.
Yes, and Zach is
Zach may or may not have produced.
Zach is on the production side of that band, and it's all very sick. And Dan Rudd is sick, but I did not like Dan Rudd when I heard him doing what I wanted to do in the fucking band.
Yeah,
I was
you're-
very much just like, I have all my stuff packed. I got a plane ticket. I mean, yeah. So I, for a sec, thought I was coming out to LA with fucking nothing. But eventually we got that sorted out. Dan Rudd is Boy heroing it up, and then I got into the song.
Dan Rudd is doing exactly what he should be doing, which is great.
Yeah,
No,
Boy
no,
Hero is beautiful.
exactly. He was in Boy Hero. He was like full. The reason that I even knew him was because we played a show together back when I was playing with Cordelia. It was a
That's awesome.
random like terrible venue in Hollywood that was like
Classic.
trying to do local shows, but like, oh, it was Bordner's where you did your
Mhm.
wedding band thing.
Yeah.
And I remember watching the band and being like, and Dan screamed in the first song, and I was like, oh,
Yeah, he has got a good scream.
oh, I didn't know this was happening at this venue tonight, because I was playing with like a, I guess, indie pop kind of artist.
Yeah.
And I was like, I remember I met him at a different time, and it was like, I remember that specific thing. So I knew he could scream, and this never had screaming. And then at the end, he was like kind of getting aggressive in like the demos that he was laying down. And because in making all these songs, I had so many of them written from like All I Can with Sam and Wasting My Age with Niall, and like with their way that I wrote by myself prior to writing all these other ones. I was like, I just need to fucking hear vocals on this and hear what it sounds like. And he killed it. And he added that scream at the end, which I remember when I sent it to Alex Seeley, he was like, the screaming, like, it's sick. It sounds great, but it just feels too random. Like just random. To come to come in at like just at the end. He's like, I feel like I want to be hinted more.
Yeah, that's right. That's why we did the other ones.
That's how we added that layer in there.
Those screams in the middle of the song that I don't want to wake up 28, those are not technically proficient screams. I fucked my voice up for those screams.
Yeah, but they did be sounding good.
But
Yeah,
the
do
lying
the
to
job.
yourself, that's one of my favorite parts in the whole
Oh,
record, for screaming.
yeah. That is really good. Also, Geo, I mean, we all liked this song. I think the three of us.
Oh yeah, Gio's bass
song
contribution was wild.
Yeah.
Oh, and also Zach's vocal feature. Zach sang
Oh yeah, right.
verse 2A
Feed
Oh,
too.
that's
on
because-
your birthday, right?
yeah. So we at the record label that I worked at, they, despite me writing all these songs about not liking the job there, which they didn't hear, of course, they very kindly let us use their recording studio after a while, or one of my friends that did it, or that like ran the studio did, which is very cool. And a lot of the lead vocals for this album were recorded there. But this one, I think the night before, I want to say we did Turning Point, and that was, and Gio
right.
came and he laid down all his parts in that. I think the three of us did all of our parts there, and then we went out drinking for my birthday, I think, to Zebulon or something. And the next day, May 28th, celebrated my whole birthday. Like,
That's right.
out to I think both of we all got stoned and went to Sky Zone and just jumped on trampolines. Like,
Oh yeah, I fucked up my back. That's right.
Yeah,
I couldn't stand up for a week because apparently I was old.
it's a perfect Zach day. It involved marijuana and physical activity. And we did that and played frisbee and whatever. I think I kind of went back and just chilled. I want to say you hit me up that night and we're like, yo, I think you maybe took a nap or something. You're like, yo, I'm feeling good. You want to like go back to the studio and track this? And we did. So at 10 p.m. of my actual birthday, we like started the session, maybe even later, honestly, and went in super late into the night. Brian recorded all the parts as is, and I was like, I think I was doing the middle part of the chorus. I think we were like, oh,
that's
right. You try singing that. I think I liked that. I was like, hey, let me just try the second verse. And if you can kind of hear on some lines, but I was like sobbing in the booth doing that. Like we had all the lights turned off, and Kid was engineering me, and he was just like, he didn't say anything. He was just like, just kept hitting new playlist, and I probably did like 20 takes, and then just comped together the ones that I felt it the most. But yeah, that was really special. I mean, I don't say this to be self-deprecating, but I'm definitely the weakest singer. So like, I don't need to be on stuff, especially when we got two much better singers and much better voices than mine in the band, not including yours, Brian. But it's cool. It's cool to hear myself on this one because this is a really special one for me.
That needed to be you. It works out really well that was. I always think of when I hear the song, My Last Note, Kid. Well, the two things. One, you stop paying attention to things like birthdays and time passing when you're actively doing what you want, so it kind of doesn't fucking matter anymore. And I felt that when I moved to LA, and I'm sure you felt that, as soon as we launched this band. But the other thing I always think of is that Alan Rickman was 41 when he made his acting debut as Hans Gruber in Die Hard.
Exactly.
41 years old. And that's when we saw for the first time somebody who I hold to be in the elite God tier actors.
If I can, just to comment on that, sorry, very good host. I know you're trying to move it along. I just have to add this. My one caveat to that is you always see people say that stuff on the internet, like, oh, Tina Fey didn't get something until she was in her 30s, blah, blah, blah. But it's like the thing that I would always see those things when I was in a bad place, and I would like let them comfort me. But I think what at least I got for being like, oh, well, it'll happen at some point. But like, as those fucking birthdays keep coming, I don't know. I feel like instead of letting it comfort you in a way, let it motivate you to be like, it doesn't matter when I get there, but I just got to start getting.
It's not saying like it'll happen someday. It means don't stop trying because you're older.
Yeah,
like that's what it doesn't mean. Like, hey, just wait around; it'll eventually come to you. It means like, yeah, if you're 41 years old and you think you want to be acting still, and like, just keep grinding, and then now
push
you're
for it. Like, Maddie says, push for it.
And last thing, show us that fucking album artwork, baby. Wasting my age. The sad boy birthday boy.
Oh, and we should talk about go up to the uses things one. We didn't talk about that.
Oh yeah, we didn't get to these things.
Which we sent Wickak, our artist, the whole lyric sheet, and we just sent him all the stuff. I don't even think we said useless things. We didn't give him an example.
No, we just sent him the lyric sheet.
We're just like, yeah, do whatever you want. And he somehow illustrated the I'll stare blankly at what is it?
You'll stand and try to block the door. I'll stare blankly at the floor. Yeah, it's unfortunately,
I never fucking realized that's what those two people were. I thought they were just staring into the void. It's really fun. That's why I was showing the box. I was showing the fucking box from.
I was like, kid, what are you doing? It's the two people at the top.
It was definitely also this box. That's fucking hilarious.
Someday I'll give up trying to fix this. You'll stand and try to block the door. And as I someday I'll put aside my fears.
I thought she was looking at like the light at the end or something like that. That's really fucking funny.
She's
blocking. She's a blogger. She's a lineman. She's a defensive lineman.
And that illustration is fucking scary close to several like memories I have vividly in my head, in like the way that it's like, oh yep, that it's like he was there.
That's cool that you took it to a place of meaning. I was about to take it to a place of football trivia, but anyway,
of course I know. Anyways, there's one more song on the record.
No, that's funny shit.
There's one more song on the record, and it is the title track. Turning Point is the last song we got to talk about. So let's play it. Let's give it
It's a good-
a quick Sonic review
All right. Let's,
and then discuss.
Is this my turning point? You remind me I'm capable of joy. Beard cakes on my faded shoes. You trace my fingers on your new tattoo. Toasting fair bulbs every sip. The same story spilling on our lips. In a ripped cap in our old hometown. We passed out in my parents' house. This fleeting moment lying here with you proved everything I thought I knew. There's something I've been missing. I'm sick of thinking that I'm sick in the head. Through wishing I could feel happy again. I'm through with the boredom and problems and not in routine. There's more. I know there's more for me. Can you be what I need? I felt guilty for my apathy. In a love held passively, but there's nowhere to grow in a rose-colored light. I won't settle unsatisfied. There's something that I've been missing. I'm sick of thinking that I'm sick in the head. Through wishing I could feel happy again. I'm through with the boredom and problems and not in routine. There's more. I know there's more for me. Can you be what I need? Is this my turning point? You remind me I'm capable of joy. Is this my turning point? You remind me I'm capable of joy. I know this moment isn't permanent, but you remind me that it's worth it. It's worth it.
What's wrong? Like, why am I not happy? It's like on paper, this is
Yeah, baby, baby.
TP, dude. TP. Turning point.
TP.
Katie says, "Catch me drumming on my steering wheel to this one while I'm driving."
Yeah, you and me both.
Fuck yeah! Thanks, Brendan. That was a Brendan McCusker decision that makes you tap on your steering wheel for sure.
Yeah.
We're a lucky band. And Maddie Bo says the bass line there is sweet. I assume you're talking about the bass soli.
Geo is so
Got it.
fucking good.
We got a bass solo in the record. How did this song even start? This
Hello.
song was a Geo composition, right?
So yep, this I forget how much he had when we started it. We didn't we didn't update everybody on the joke titles. I think
Oh my god, yeah. We got to talk about this, yeah.
Well, I'll go through this quickly and then talk about the song seriously.
Yeah.
So
There's only two.
left off at
Never had it.
we left off at
Yeah, yeah.
More Reserve. That one is called My Favorite Color is Ham.
Yep.
Useless Things was just always called Useless Things because the song came first. Wasted My Age was originally called Al Pastor Sharpton, which
Yep.
is still one of my favorite names. And then Turning Point was named by Geo, and the name of it was just, I mean, comma, I'm down for whatever, comma, so ...
Oh yeah.
Which is just him
down for
imitating Casey Chen's speech.
Yep.
I mean, I'm down for whatever. So
Casey Chen took our original press photos.
Yes.
Geo's roommate.
he's used and a very, very good artist.
Paizo Bloom.
Yeah, Tyzo.
Paizo Bloom, yeah. So yeah, talk about this tune.
Yeah, so I remember I went into Geo's like first apartment. This is when I think he was still living on the west side, and he showed this to me. He's like, "Oh, dude, I wrote something for the band," and I didn't really even know. I was still like very insecure if he even wanted to do this with me. And I remember like not talking about it. And we just went to the gym or hung out or I don't know, something that we were at his place. And he's like, "Oh, I wrote something for the band," and it had the basically the entire intro. I think it maybe just went straight in. I added the like spaced when it went in the beginning. But that whole riff was all him. I want to say we got up to the verse. I think he got all the way through the first verse and we didn't know what we were doing, and then started up again at my place at some point. And I was like kind of programming the drums from that point on, but we kind of like rebuilt his whole thing, including the 6/8 intro. You know, I didn't write it because I famously hate 6/8 as a time signature.
Yep.
And of course the two I didn't write the two Geo parts. He's a 6/8 fan, and the two ones that he like, Chess and this one, that are like his main guitar riff contributions. But yeah, I think we got up to the chorus, or maybe we got up to the pre-chorus or something. I think maybe he was going into halftime at the top of the chorus, and what was there's something I've been with that. I think that was his original chorus, and I was like, no, make that like 2 seconds, and then let's just go back to the punk beat. And
Punk beat chorus, dude.
a punk beat chorus. Like I like didn't even consider that as a fucking option. And
Yeah,
did that, and yeah, I love this song.
That was super inspiring right off the bat.
Yeah, so many, like I remember also what the original big anthemic part, you guys probably don't even know this. The original anthemic part was always ba-da, 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 da, 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 kind of like the break, the thing that we kind of feels like the breakdown at the very
outro breakdown.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the entire "Is This My Turning Point?" all that part at the end that you're singing. And Gio was like, no, like make them separate. That part's too cool. It should just happen by itself. Make this like more open and big. And we came up with that like larger part, where you sing the full outro vocals, and then whatever, gave it its own space. But yeah, this song is one of my faves for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, this might be my favorite. That first pre-chorus is like so musically fulfilling to me. And I love that the second pre-chorus like does something different, but every time I hear the first pre-chorus, and there's a lot of those moments in the song, you're like first verse lead part, the fact that there's only 2 choruses that are just like, fuck, I guess I just got to listen to the song over again to hear that one part that I really want to hear, which is great. But yeah, that first pre-chorus, when I heard it the first time, I was just like, oh shit, this is massive. And it makes me feel like, oh, amazing.
Yeah, I really like how this song, it's just kind of, I think, something we're trying to achieve in the future as well, of like, it still has a good amount of traditional structure, and it accomplishes all of those things of like giving you a great chorus and giving you hooks and memorable parts and stuff, but it still always like keeps you guessing as to what's coming next. And like the fact that this doesn't have 3 choruses and it doesn't feel like it needs it. Or that it just has like random time changes and shit. And I don't know, I think that stuff is like so fun and unexpected. And I don't know, just like trying to analyze what I like most in music is usually stuff like that, where I just Like when it feels like, okay, here's the loud intro. Oh, here's the down verse. He's singing a little softer. Oh, it's increasing. Oh, now he's belting. It's a big chorus. Like breaking that mold of just like, I have no idea what I'm about to get served is my favorite thing.
That's awesome. Zach, we should probably talk about the lyrics. Zach and I wrote the lyrics together over the track that Zach and Gio had done.
Yeah.
And it was I think it was just 2 8-hour sessions, pretty sure. And
It was a
three?
whole day.
It was just one day.
It was 2 sessions. We split it
Okay.
up, but I want to say we started it at about like 10 a.m. on a Friday, and I think we finished it, or maybe like noon on a Friday, and we finished it by noon the next day. Like we started in the morning or something. We definitely wrote the first verse at night when no one was home. I think Brian was out on tour. I think it might have just been me and Niall at my apartment. And I remember I had my laptop sitting on the counter, and I think is this my turning point? We had that whole part. We had the chorus. And I think we're like, how the fuck do we start this? And I pulled up the lyrics of After the Party by the Menzingers. I was like, see how he just like lists all this shit off that just like very like clearly describe like,
I remember that,
all the images of this scenario. And those lyrics are like still like, Ivan, I'm not sure if you're aware of that song, but that song is lyrically so genius. But yeah, that was like the original inspiration.
Yeah.
Like so like, all right, cool. We're just like creating the setting. Beer caked on my faded shoes. You laced your fingers on my new tattoo. And that was just about like Ivan and I were home. And we just like went out to a bar, and both of us just had like such a fun night of like, I don't know, like I don't want to get into too many details of it because it was just like basically a crazy drunken night. But like it just both, I think for me specifically, Ivan and I definitely like resonated on it the next day because he lived a couple hours away from me. So like anytime we would go visit each other, it was just like being in middle school again of like having sleepovers and shit. Like, oh cool, like I'll sleep on this couch, you know. And even though we're like in our 20s. But it was that, and we were just, I think, both laying on the couch after that night, and we're just like, dude, like, wow, what a great, like, that was such a sick night. And I don't know, it was just like after feeling down for so fucking long and just feeling so bummed about like everything, I just get to like see my best friend and just have a fun night where that just like makes me forget about everything. Like we're big fans of the Washington Capitals hockey team. Like I guess that was the season they like won, so it was easy for me especially to be a fan. Ivan has always been an OG, but like that was happening. We like watched the hometown game of where we grew up, and they won, and it was all fun. Like I don't know, just and like saying karaoke and a bunch of shit, and like ran a bunch of people from high school. I don't know. It was just like,
oh hell yeah, Matty Bo is a Caps fan. Yeah.
Oh, let's go,
Matt. We're the three of us, not Gio, but the three of us are from the Northern Virginia area, the Ashburn, Loudoun County area. So we're well acquainted. Shut up, timer.
But yeah, I don't know. It was a moment that just like makes you remember why it's fun to be alive.
Yeah.
I don't mean that in like a super as depressing of a way as it maybe sounds, but like,
oh yeah, it's just
like excited about life again, and like, oh, that was so sick. Like, that's so, just those moments of like, I don't know, bliss and youth and just all that shit, and like realizing like all of these decisions that I've been making this entire time are bringing me in places like this, or bringing me in, places where I can kind of find my own happiness again.
I feel like that's kind of what I was feeling when we wrote the chorus and we had the words, and I absolutely insisted that and I remember saying this, rail soul.
Yeah.
Soul being the musical solfege way of referring to like the 5th scale degree, which is the note that I sang. I'm sick of thinking, and that's an
note
A5. Yeah, it's an A5. That was an A4. No, it is an A5. The alphabet starts with A, and which is my highest note. It isn't really my highest note, but it's the highest note that like we write in songs. In Turning Point, I actually also hit a B, but that's a special occasion. But A is the highest note we write for songs, and we were kind of on this thing. We were kind of wising up to be like, okay, we shouldn't write A in every single song. So we had this song, which is in the key of concert D, and we were like, okay, so let's explore like not using, A5 soul all the time. And I was just like, that's a good idea. But what also is a good idea if the only note I sang was soul. And pretty much every live stream,
Oh,
I think
shit.
about this. I think about this every single live stream when I'm warming up before being like, Jesus, dude, this is gonna be hard.
Yeah.
And then Zach, I think we added it later. You added the part that you sing on the record, that I kind of want to sing live. That's the lower part. I'm sick of thinking that That's the part. I'm sick of. Okay, well, I'm just transposing it. But you sing a lower harmony, that I evidently don't know. And that that really filled it out.
Yeah,
I think it's the
It starts on the third.
thinking that I'm sick. Is
Yeah,
it the one that I sing live?
Yeah, it's the one you sing on the live streams. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
We'll probably end up switching.
But yeah, I mean, and I also remember being in the booth in the vocal booth in the studio, especially getting to the end, being like, "This has got to be something." Like, I don't really know. I ain't ever recorded a record of lead vocals before or nothing, but this has got to be a moment, and I think we made it happen. Some people have said that moment resonates with them.
Mhm.
But I just wanted to get the moment of like the inspiration that we felt and the hope that we were able to find, which was just so important. And I just wanted to share, with the singing, fuck the words, it's just the singing, that about, there is hope, or there is something, there's a light at the end, there's a turning point, there's a whatever you need. Joe Mama says, "Hi, can you please sing my name?" And I'm definitely gonna oblige. You're gonna get one ad lib though, Joe Mama, okay? Okay. We can do more in the future, but today it's just gonna be one. Joe Mama, bum 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 bum. Yeah. I didn't think I was gonna do that when I started, but I did in the end.
I back it.
Sick, dude. Joe, thank you for hanging out. I do appreciate it.
guys. Well, are there any maybe like last like shorter questions that aren't going to take like forever for us to ask, but that anybody has about the album that they want us to, I don't know, talk about before we completely switch?
Maddie says he just can't wait. He just cannot wait to watch us at Autobar or Soundstage or Ram's Head, which are clubs that I've heard of, that I don't
Ram's
know.
Head's in Maryland and then Bucks.
Maryland, hell yeah.
Live. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the
Hell yeah, Joe. Thanks for coming out, dude.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a Davey record. And it feels like it. It's, we all, I think, have been part of other releases before. Never of the over 7 track length variety, but and this is just so different from anything else I've ever released. I've put out 3 EPs with other shit over the years. Great stuff. Great people. This album is called, for Joe Mama, this album is called Turning Point. You can buy one of the very few remaining vinyl copies we have on our store at goodterms.store, or you can just go to Spotify or YouTube or Apple Music and type in Good Terms Turning Point, and you will find this. Stephanie says, any unreleased music videos that might not come out? No, Stephanie, that music video actually is probably going to come out. So
yeah, we might be thinking of just playing a little fast and loose and just ripping it.
I think we may just do it. So no need to rush into it here, guys. Everyone can watch it on the big grand 1080p YouTube.
One last thing, Slippy Dip said they did mention a song that didn't make it yesterday. Should we play them Wish?
Fuck it.
Let's play Wish. Yeah.
What was that song originally called?
Ooh.
Oh. It's worth it. I'm gonna find it.
It's worth it.
Dude, Maddie, thank you very much for the kind words, dude.
Yeah, let me get that situated. Yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you guys so much for coming to our part 2 or track by track breakdown. I don't look, man. There's nothing I can say that expresses how excited I am to share this with the world, other than the fact that we've been live streaming nearly every day for almost 2 weeks now. This is my baby. This is my literal child that I had with my 3 other best guy friends. Not only the parts of me that I got to put onto this record, but the parts of my friends that I got to be a part of to put on this record. I mean, I can't believe how anything that I could be a part of could mean so much. And for people to be buying it and listening to it and sending us videos of them playing the songs is beyond words. So thank you guys so much for your, I don't know, community. What we do is only a tiny part of this, It's very cool to make a record and whatnot, but it is just as cool to send a video to your favorite band of you playing their music, that's wild. Crazy. Sammy just wanted to say that thanks for the music. Found us when they were going through a really fucked up time post breakup, and they said our music and lyrics are perfect, easy to relate to. Thank you guys so much. So yeah, Sammy, Australia, the world. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
That's the thing I think we hope we can provide. Like, I think we all love playing yucky breakdowns on guitar and whatnot, but if we can help people through shit, I mean, that's a thing I never thought about when I was 12 picking up the guitar,
Definitely not.
So yeah, much love to you during this time.
I think did you figure out what it was called, Zach?
It's called a Mopey Zoo Lion.
Oh, Mopey Zoo Lion. Oh my god, yeah. What a great title.
But I can't find the actual recording. I don't think it's in the drive.
You know what? It was probably on Dropbox back in the pre-drive days.
It is in the drive. I think I found it.
If you find the one that's in scratch vocals, that's not it. I'll find it.
Huh?
I'll have
So what we're trying to dig up an old track that I recorded with Zach that didn't make the record. Very cool. Also, one of the first times we really tried to do screaming.
Yep, that's true.
Why is that not the one in? Is that it's got vocals on it?
I think so. Prior to actually recording all the vocals, we used to do a scratch, and that's what that.
We just did the scratch. We never recorded vocals for this.
Yeah,
it was just a scratch.
We went to Rostrum to record it for sure.
Dude, I don't think so. I think just do the.
Give me 1 minute. If I can't find it in 1 minute,
all right.
the scratch.
Well, Skylar's here. What's up, Skylar? Katie's got to head out. Been working like crazy, but thanks for hanging with us, Katie. Glad you could find time. One day we'll all be in a bar singing emo karaoke again together. Maddie, we're definitely doing the video game stream is tomorrow at 6 p.m. Here on Twitch. I don't even know what we're gonna do. We're gonna have some fun. Skylar, what's going on? We just finished talking about the last few tracks on Turning Point, and we're trying to see if we can play one of the B-sides, the cuts that didn't make the record. The song's called Wish.
I don't know. I don't think they're.
Or we could find that acoustic one too. I definitely don't think that's on the drive. We can't play that. We can't play that right now.
That's probably still just in Gio's computer.
I think it's just in Gio's computer. Yeah.
That's weird. I wonder where I would have put it. I'm gonna have to go dig for that. I'm literally on my Oh, and
Steph asks if we're gonna play with viewers and Good Terms fam people if they drop their handles, and I think so. Yeah, I think depending on what we play.
Yeah, I think we might do a little Fortnite, but I think we should do Mario Kart. That way we can open up rooms and have.
Yeah, I think
people play with us.
I think those 2 video games are going to be the ones.
I found it, Ivan.
You did? You found it. Ew, yes.
I'm going to text it to you.
Yeah, Mario Kart. We have the Mario Kart for the Switch, Mario Kart 8. Crazy game. Zach Cooker is here to talk shit on you dirtbags.
Good.
Fuck off, dude. What's going on, dude?
The way it should be.
What's going on, Zach?
All right, if we do Mario Kart, I can maybe pop in for a quick 4. If my hand's hurting, though, I'm gonna have to bail. I'm I'm pulling an Andrew Luck and retiring early from video games.
All right, let me see if this is
I heard it.
Oh yeah,
that's the intro. Yeah, Zach, I forgot you did like a lot of cool production things with the feedback and shit.
That's the same feedback that ends pedestal. I just copy and pasted it.
Yeah, which is why every time pedestal ends, I'm like, oh, is it going to go into wish? That's not
Zach,
right.
Zach says if you're doing Mario Kart, then everyone has to drink a bottle of tequila, and definitely not.
That's going to be a hard no.
So
Like,
no,
you can drink a bottle of tequila. That's perfectly fine, but we're not.
You guys want a singer in this band?
Sounds like alcohol poisoning.
Oh, Maddie says put some short sleeves on put some short sleeve shirts. Why'd you write a tongue twister? Put some short sleeve shirts in the store, fellas. Summer's on the way. A lot of S's, Matt. A lot of S's.
What does all right? So we're very low on merch, but we've only have long sleeves left. What do you guys want us to make? Should we make like? I mean, here's I'll tell you, chat. You can just respond. Might not be like the perfect focus room type vibe. We think just the hoodie design, good terms, small front center, your friendly neighborhood emo band in the back with a smiley face on a tank, and then the same good terms logo on the pocket over here that we do in the long sleeves with the smiley face, and then the album artwork, same thing on the back. Is that interesting, or should we like make a completely new thing? Because that's also on the table. We're like, if people like these designs, we could repeat them. I think the tank seems more likely than the other one.
Yeah, Maddie says sounds killer. Yeah, Skylar's into it. Yeah, Slippy Dip says tanks. Tanks would be sick. I'd love a tank.
Yeah, I think for summer we'll definitely do tanks.
Hey, anyone want Hawaiian shirts?
Oh, I'm interested in this.
I want to make Hawaiian shirts. I know what we would use. It's a Brian Jones design. I'm sure you guys would make it actually sound sick, or look sick. Sick. Okay, so we got some people saying it sounds cool. Fuck yeah. Maybe we'll get some GT. Yes, like button ups, Maddie. Like some soft, breathable button ups.
All right, since everyone is responding, this is good feedback. I'm gonna have one more design to run it by everybody. It's just a regular shirt, a simple ass, like very comfortable, nice shirt, and then right here the little smiley face logo that we have embroidered, and then on the other sleeve, good terms. Just kind of small embroidered, both of them. Mostly just like a plain ass shirt.
Ivan says yes because he'll take 10.
Yeah. Seems like simple and cool, but I don't know. We'll see what everybody says.
Boys, you want to roll this in GTFO?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, guys, let us know what you think about that merch design. Let's play this cut song. Yeah, Maddie's into it. Perfect. Thanks, Sammy. Awesome.
There's nothing to show.
Yeah, we'll just bop along to it.
I'm going to leave our Zoom up, but you won't be able to hear us, but you'll be able to hear this unreleased track for the next 2 minutes and 54 seconds. So
sick.
Here goes nothing.
Clothes drip off her hips like the sweat on the wall.
God, dude, wow, I forgot about so much of that song.
Well,
Those-
well. Yeah.
Those are the old
Hey.
screams, dude.
That's way better than I remember it being.
Yeah. Those are the old screams. That's from before I learned how to fry scream. And man, we got to bring some of that shit back, dude.
Yeah.
Some of those pulse chord, so fucking loud, shaking the earth screams back, man. Those are wild.
Dude,
What
there's a solo bad incorrect Zach scream in there where I sound like
Yeah.
I don't even know who I sound like. The butter time, that one.
Yep. Dude, and even my high scream sounds fucking wild.
The one this was the session that I remember that you were like oh, I think I might have learned how to scream, because when you did the shy was yeah and hung that out for like so long, I was like, okay, that's
Yeah, that's
not
right.
doing it wrong. I was like, you figured something out.
Dude, and the guitar solo is nasty. Oh my god.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
The
so did
crazy
I.
tapping, the crazy it's a 5-lit, it's a bed.
I remember now, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we maybe release that one in like June or July.
I mean, I have to go into the studio for Boy Hero. We could always just add that back on.
That's freaking sick.
Or
Also, you know, we have a whole second record, guys.
That's
Well,
true.
We will have a whole second record. Yeah, you won't be disappointed.
I'm happy to see that people like that stuff though, because I feel like we've already made about 3 like much better versions of maybe not that song, but like that kind of vibe with like the sporadic breakdowns and panic chords, all that type of shit.
oh man,
That shit.
fucking
Also, dude, the production on the bump 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 bump, it's like
That's just me fucking around trying to plug in the guitar. So it's just the live recording of like
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, as like the chord tries to plug in, like
Sick as fuck. All right, guys. Well, you guys are really into that one. That's very cool to know. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We just went over all of Turning Point and the B-side, and the track didn't make it. Tomorrow we'll be back tomorrow, Wednesday, the 21st, at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and we will be doing a video game stream. We're not sure what that means, but it's definitely going to include some Mario Kart. It's definitely going to include some Fortnite and maybe something else. We'll see. Maybe some Halo. That'd be fun for me. So maybe if you guys are online and playing, we may try to do some Good Terms fam kind of friend stuff. We'll have to see if we can do that. My internet might also just be like,
oh yeah,
no. But we'll figure that out.
If people play Mario Kart, I feel like, I mean, that's the literal only video game that I know about or play, but it seems like doing online would be easy enough to like get people in, right? They just have to become friends or something.
What I'll do is I'll like
we can
post,
we'll
post my
figure
like
out-
friend tag or something like that, or I think there's like a friend code or something like that that I can just post, and anyone can add me, and once they add me, they can just see what room I'm in and just hop in the room if there is a slot.
Tight.
So yeah, guys, that was really sick. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. We love you. I could say that for another like hour and a half, so we'll just stop there.
Yes.
It's I think it's time we about skedaddle, y'all.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm about to walk over because I want to talk about what we're doing the rest of tonight.
I'm so hungry.
Oh yeah, that's
All right.
That's worth discussing. All right.
Love you guys.
Love you. Thank you so much, guys.
Bye.